Welcome back to video number 2 of the Soul Vegan Master video series. So basically, the question really is, how does one transition into this lifestyle? And it's not necessarily an easy process, but it is a process and it takes time. And what I suggest for folks to do is start where they are. Start eliminating and changing out foods that they normally eat into vegan and vegetarian options. That is the easiest way to do it. For example, a common family recipe dish that I'm sure everybody in America eats is spaghetti. Spaghetti is, it's an Italian dish, but I mean, the way folks make it, they dub it up, they make their sauce, they probably buy a jar of sauce, they get their meat, their ground beef, they saute it, throw onions and peppers and garlic, put the tomato sauce in it, they boil the pasta, etc. That's an easy meal. Everyone loves it. It's tasty, it's hearty, it's affordable, etc. Okay. Now, when you start transitioning into vegetarian, then we start changing out certain ingredients. The more we get more into it, the more we change out ingredients. So, for example, the first thing you want to do is take out the meat, but you might feel like maybe the sauce isn't hearty enough. So what we use, my husband actually makes this dish. He's an expert on spaghetti. He actually makes his spaghetti sauce with tofu. And he takes the tofu and he crumbles it up and he puts it in the pot with onions and garlic and peppers and basil and oregano and black pepper and salt and all kinds of spices. And then he puts in the same store-bought jar of spaghetti, mixes it in, lets it cook down till it's all good, put some cayenne in it, make it a little spicy, and then he boils the pasta as normal. That's what you call a transitional vegetarian dish. How do you continue the transition? You continue the transition until you're out of the ingredients that are really absolutely not good for you. For example, pasta is not a health food whatsoever. Pasta is cheap food that feeds a lot of people, very inexpensive. You can get a box of pasta for $1. And it is a highly processed, denatured food. And it's a food that we should start eliminating out of our diets pronto. If you want, you can try whole wheat pasta, which is very widely acceptable, or they have wheat gluten-free pastas, or they have like rice pasta and those other types of grainy pastas that you can try, which are going to be better for you. They're going closer to the elimination of that. I would say the best pasta to use is raw pasta, and that would be where you get a spiralizer or a specific blade. I use my food processor and cut pumpkin, zucchini, carrots, anything hearty and hard enough or soft enough to make a pasta out of, or bland enough, because usually pasta has no flavor until you put your sauce on it. That is what I would say transitioning into this lifestyle looks like. So you can start off where you are. If you have some spaghetti in your fridge and you got some sauce, eliminate the meat and put in something else that will substitute. That's basically what you're doing, substitutions. Another thing is the sauces that we buy. You can go to the grocery store and there's a whole section on sauces. Look, you're gonna always find that little cheap brand, the $1.50 or $2 bottle of sauce. Read the ingredients. I guarantee you there's a lot of sugar in it, or even worse, high fructose corn syrup, which is one of those processed foods that we want to avoid. They have organic brands, and I would have to say regular sugar is going to be better than high fructose corn syrup. So you just want to evaluate the things that are less bad, is what I would say. Another thing that you want to do when it comes to transitioning into vegan soul lifestyle is eliminating not only certain ingredients and substituting them with other ingredients, but also eliminating certain food items altogether. Okay? And of course, that takes time because bread is a staple in the world, you know? And to say that you would eliminate bread, like I don't eat bread per se. I'm not gonna just, oh well, I saw her eating bread the other day. That's how people are. I won't say I don't eat bread per se, but I don't buy it. And if I do have it in the house, because my son loves peanut butter and jelly, if we do have it, occasionally we get it, I'll eat a slice. But the kind of bread that I really go for if I'm in a bready mood is flat breads, like wraps, because I feel less guilty. And sometimes I do wheat, but wheat is another item that I think we need to eliminate out of our diet as well. And really, it's a personal thing. I'm not saying you should eliminate wheat from your diet. I'm saying that's my own thing. It's not being sole vegan is not about the dogma of it. It's not a rule that everyone must follow. This is things that you incorporate into your life that matter to you. And that's what I want to get across. It's not like, oh, this is the way you do it. It's the only way. And absolutely not. The way that this works is you embrace all the information that you can possibly get, and you're going to keep evolving because you're going to keep getting more information, and you apply what works for you. And that's how it works. So I think eliminating bread is really key in my life. And it's interesting because bread is so easy to make a meal, right? So then you try to figure out, well, what are you going to make instead for a quick meal? And then we'll talk about those types of things later. Another big thing for transitioning is transitioning out of certain food preparation. So I have a friend who became a vegetarian. However, she only fries everything. Like she doesn't know how to cook, saute, broil, bake, raw, prepare foods raw, just eat a big salad. She doesn't do any of that. Every single thing she prepares regards a frying pan and some oil being heated up. And as you know, I'm assuming you know, or as you're gonna find out, heating oil creates an acidic environment. And the whole acid alkaline thing is so real. The whole acidic food thing, I mean, you can have some nice onions, greens, some sweet potato, and you might do a little stir fry, and that oil being heated is causing problems in your life. It's causing an acidic reaction in that. Heating oil past certain temperatures just changes the whole chemical component of it, and it becomes acidic. And you don't want to eat acidic foods in your body at all. Not at all. Not at all. You do want some acid foods. You don't want to eat an all alkaline diet, but the way we eat in the standard American diet is probably 80 to 95% acid and 5%, 5 to 10% alkaline, whereas we should be eating an 80% alkaline diet with 20% acidic foods in our diet as well. So that is how we would need to change that paradigm. And it's just making certain changes, and it's all about substitution. So that's it for video number 2, and I hope you join me in video number 3. See you in a short while. Peace.